Good morning. It is the Morning Burrito. I'm Michael.
I'm Eric.
I'm glad you know who you are.
I'm glad you know who you are.
That's a very good
I
thing.
mean, because I wasn't here last week. Did you miss me?
I missed you. They missed us because we both weren't here.
Oh,
last
you didn't
week.
do it either?
No.
Oh, we both decided to take vacation, I guess.
Yeah, we took a week off.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You were fishing.
Well, how do we know they missed us?
I just assume. I mean,
Okay,
we're
because I didn't see any comments anybody missed us.
We're pretty great. So,
That's true.
I mean,
We know you missed us. We know you love us.
yeah,
Okay.
I would think so.
It was great, though, because I was in the boat fishing, and, yeah, I didn't catch anything.
Lucky.
Well,
no,
I mean,
you did too.
I caught, well, not on that day. That day was a total strikeout, but, yeah.
So what were you fishing for?
Sturgeon.
Big, very, very big fish.
Well, not real big, within the legal limit.
No, they're big.
Well, just legal limit, though.
Okay, for those of us who catch like bluegill and sunfish,
A little bit bigger than that.
bass,
A little
I mean,
bigger.
It's
a little bigger.
It's like they could eat a bass.
Whole.
See, that's my point.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
little
And-
sharks.
And walleye. I mean, walleye was, it's good stuff.
They're not super big,
Depends on what time of year you get them.
and they can be about the size of a bass.
Man, they are tasty.
They are considered, from what I've been told, the tastiest fish.
We had a great walleye.
Are they better than tuna?
No. There is nothing better than fresh tuna. Not out of a
This
can.
is not what we're supposed to be talking about
Okay,
today.
all right. Well, I'm just saying, but it's not. You threw it out there. You cannot throw tuna under the boat, so you got to get
Under
it in
the
the boat. Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Thanks.
Very nice.
You're bright today.
I know. I'm
good.
on. You
That's
know,
good.
hey, it's New Year.
Yeah, New Year. So what's today's topic?
So we talked a couple weeks ago about New Year's resolutions,
Oh, yep.
and we basically set it up with why do people make New Year's resolutions? But before we answer that question, what are some of the New Year's resolutions you've heard of?
Resolutions I've heard of. Well,
Some good ones.
Some good ones. I need to lose 87 inches around my waist. That was a legit one.
If I lost 87 inches, and I'm a big guy, as you can tell, I wouldn't exist.
They said 87 inches.
That's a lot.
Yeah, they couldn't fit in a car.
Oh, well.
I know. I mean, and I'm not ripping on the person. This is a true health situation for this person. I don't think they made the goal, but so yeah, that was huge.
87.
87 inches. I think they made it like 7 inches.
I have a story to tell you about that someday.
But you're 87 inches?
Not my 87 inches, but somebody who is about 87
Okay.
inches around.
Okay. I think I hear people go, hey, let's go to the gym. We're going to go to the gym every day. Consecutive.
Every year you hear people talk about the exercise, the gym. I mean, this is the time of the year that any gym makes their hay.
Yeah, but those resolutions are already gone.
Well, right, but they've already got their whole year's worth of
Right.
whatchamacallit, memberships.
You've signed on the dotted line for a year, and you only use it for like 2 days.
Right. But the gym's like,
Chinga, chinga.
let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it. Yeah, I mean, I think people say, hey, let's pay off the Visa card.
Yeah, they spend way too much on Christmas,
Oh,
probably. Did you hear that statistic several years ago? Americans spend, on average, $450 billion every year on Christmas.
Yeah, I'm trying to cut back.
Can you imagine $450 billion
imagine.
just one country on Christmas, one holiday? What a joke,
Man.
No wonder we have to worry about paying off a Visa bill.
Man. Yeah,
Lord have
that's
mercy.
a lot of money.
$450 billion, and this was I don't know, 2010, 2012.
That's a
somewhere
lot
in
of
there.
money for people that don't even really believe in Jesus.
They believe in Santa Claus, though.
Well, that is true. That is true.
We don't want to ruin any kids.
You know, the other thing, yeah, we don't want to do that. We're going to change that topic quickly. But one resolution, have to fish more.
That is a good resolution.
Have to fish more.
I actually would jump on board with that resolution.
Like every...
You know, when I interviewed with this guy in 2019 to come here, one of the things you told me is that we were going to go fishing and have our like staff meetings and stuff on a boat.
Ouch.
I've been here over a year. We have not had a staff meeting on a boat.
All right. Well, the boat was broken. Then the boat got fixed. The trailer was broken. Trailer got fixed. The boat was broken. But now everything's working great. So
Hey, you got your seats in. Then you're getting
the seats are they get delivered today.
Oh, well, but then you have to wait for the actual bottom part of the
yeah.
of the seat.
The seat
So-
comes, but no stand. Yeah.
What else? What else you got?
You know,
I got Fishmore. Fishmore's a good one.
Fishmore's good. Lawn care.
Yeah,
care.
I can see that. I mean, I know
Yeah.
as a man, we take pride in our lawns, and so I can see a guy saying, I want to.
No, it's not the guy.
Oh, it's girls.
Yeah, it's your spouse, honey.
Is that like gardening? Oh, they want it for us.
Yeah.
A resolution for us.
Yeah, they're making our own
I see.
resolution.
Oh, yeah.
You know what we're talking about because you make resolutions for your spouse all
We
the
do
time.
have most of our viewership, at least to this point, has been women, so they probably understand exactly what we're talking about.
We just got in trouble with that one then. Gaming. You're a gamer. I'm not a gamer, but my kids, kind of get into it a little bit. So
Probably something I should be doing right now is having a resolution to not play video games as much.
yeah, but call it ministry.
But it is ministry because I play with a student most of the time,
That's
or
like
my
the
other
downfall.
adult leaders.
It's the pit.
I one of the people that I play all the time with. This is maybe my justification right now, rationalization maybe. I play with other youth pastors, so that's a win. It's networking.
Oh boy. I had youth pastors that want to go out and drink on Friday night too, but because it was networking.
We're Nazarenes, we don't drink.
Yeah, I know. These were Nazarene guys even. I won't call you by name, but didn't go either. So I'm just saying. How about the old, hey, you have to cut back on television? Ooh. Especially when you can, you don't watch anything live. Do you watch live TV anymore? Besides sports?
we have Fubo. Well, sports, yeah. So that's pretty much all I watch live.
Yeah, so everything else is recorded, so it just makes us even lazier.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't really see a point in watching any live TV other than sports because
Why? Yeah.
Why would you do it?
Exactly. How about the old, gotta date my spouse more?
That's probably something all of us, particularly as men, could probably do more of.
But do we live up to it?
No.
I mean,
We'll talk about that later, though. Not
okay.
living up to our New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, because I mean that is one that I throw out there sometimes. Like, man, I gotta date her more.
Well, we tend to lose that whole idea of we actually date our spouse. We think dating is always before we
Yeah.
get married.
Yeah,
But then kids get in the way.
yeah, and jobs, mortgages,
Bills,
broken dishwashers. It's all there.
lawn care.
It's all there. Hey, how about make more time with the kids?
Yeah.
Got to make more time with the kids.
Yeah, that's a good. I mean, these are good resolutions.
Well, they are,
I mean,
but they're ones I hear.
They're not cheesy. I mean, I would say spending more time with your kids. Although, in the age of pandemic and online learning, we're spending
Time away from the kids.
probably more time away. We need to get back to the one about vacation and dating our spouse more. I know. For my wife, spending more time with her would be great. But here in Oregon and in Washington, just to the north of us, there's no such thing as going on a date.
No.
If you want to eat out.
Nope. You can go to the gas station and back.
Although we were in the Tri-Cities just a few days ago. I was so excited. Red Robin has outdoor dining when it's 35 degrees
Nice.
outside. I was like, that's fantastic. Because,
Nice,
who doesn't
creative.
want to take a 10-month-old, 11-month-old baby for outdoor dining in the Tri-Cities at 8 o'clock at night?
That'd be a great photo op.
Oh, man.
That'd be great.
I was like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
So in our circle as pastors, here's what we always hear, or here's what I always hear as senior pastor. Pastor, got to read my Bible more. Got to pray
Oh,
more. Hey, I want to take communion 3 times a week, Pastor. Yeah.
I'm going to go to
How about
life
that?
group.
Oh, how about Bible study? Got to have Bible study. I'm doing devotions every day. Every day. Prayer, fasting, devotions. I'm going to do it in my closet with the door closed and the light off. Going to do it every day, Pastor. Yeah. And you know what? I'm not going to be in church on Sunday, but I'm going to be there online every Sunday.
Yeah, and then 2 weeks later, we ask them, how's that Bible study going or that devotional time? Oh, Pastor, 2 weeks ago, it just went away.
Right.
This got in the way, and
Right.
I couldn't do it.
Blah, blah, blah.
Got out of the routine. I need to get back into it.
Yeah. Same thing as the gym. Like I said, the Bible in the gym, good for 2 days.
Well, that brings up a great point. So I looked up some statistics.
Oh,
Would
great.
you like some statistics?
I don't know, because I think the other resolution is kick an addiction.
Ooh.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to go deep on that.
I was
but
going to
go
say
ahead.
that's really
Give us some
sad.
stats.
Okay. 50% of adults make New Year's resolutions every year.
50%?
So half
That's
of-
not as much as I thought.
Half of American adults, I think most of the other half are like, yeah, this is useless. So let's not even try. Especially when it comes to exercising and not eating bad food.
Okay.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
do it, so why even make the
why-
resolution?
wait. Do you make resolutions? Do you?
I have. I don't anymore.
Yeah, I don't either. So I'm we're on that other 50% side.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely it's not worth
Not worth my time.
But something that you will probably agree with and say, yeah, that makes sense. Less than 10% keep them for more than a few months.
Wow.
So of that
A few
50
months? I'd say 3 days.
I was going to say, it's probably too long, but they had to give the the higher number.
Wow.
So it's probably higher than or lower than 10% that actually keep it past like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I did one good year though. I remember one year I went to the gym. Oh, because the doctor said I needed to do something different with my health. So we went to the gym, worked out every day, did it almost, I think, for the whole year. Man, I was a stud by the end of that year. And then holiday time came around. Enough said.
When I got here, you were actually doing pretty good with that. And then you hurt your neck, and that was the end of that.
Now I'm afraid to do anything.
And now now you ate a whole tin of cookies for Christmas.
Well, only because you bought them for me.
That's not really helping with any resolutions.
Friend you are.
So why do people even, let's just approach the first question. Why do people make New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, good question. Why do you? Well, I think one, because you want something to hang on to, right? Something to feel value, right? You got to have some value in your life. And don't you think at the beginning of the year, it's like the old's gone, the new's coming, so this is a great time for me to start fresh on something.
I was just going to say start fresh was the phrase that was in my head. I think when we come to a new year, especially after the year that we've experienced 2020, everybody wants a fresh start, a new start.
I want to start 2021 over.
Wow, to start that bad already?
I mean, it's already been we're not even 2 weeks into it.
Yeah. We're not going to have a long conversation
Right,
about what happened last week, but yeah, it didn't start out very well for us. But no, I really do. I think people have a personal view that there's something that they're lacking.
Yeah.
And so when they come to the new year, they desire to make that change that they see they need in themselves.
Yeah. And to find purpose.
Sure.
I mean, I thought I had purpose the year before, but you know what? Something came up, and now I don't really have the purpose. I didn't really follow through on much of anything. So, yeah.
Do you think that when people look at themselves, are they looking at something? Are they looking at the right thing that is a struggle in their life?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, say it again.
So
I had decaf coffee today.
You did. It says DC,
I did.
So
I was
decaf.
like, who ordered that?
I don't
that
want
is not a
decaf.
New Year's resolution.
This is this is decaf.
Yeah, that's worthless.
It's decaf.
Yeah.
That has water in it.
Yeah, but it's colored.
Colored never mind.
It's great.
No, so everybody comes into that's making a New Year's resolution, sees something negative in their life. Generally, I don't think you would make a resolution if you saw something positive. Are they valuing the right thing? Like, are they seeing something that's real, or are they seeing something that they think is there but isn't really there in their life?
Well, I mean, I'll speak for my own life. I think when I make a resolution like that, I think I'm seeing a place that needs, help. Yeah, I see some imperfections that need to be perfected. So I'm going to naturally look in those areas. Man, where can I be better, right? And that's why so I strive for that. Now, is it reality? Probably not, because my self-esteem. I mean, those of you that really know me and travel with me and journey in life know that my self-esteem is not really all that high.
Sure.
So therefore, I work on the gut line and some other stuff, But yeah, I don't know. I think reality is true, right? Because that's your perspective. So yeah, I think we work on things that maybe aren't really true.
Is it possible though that some people will see something in themselves that doesn't really exist and make a New Year's resolution, which can make it difficult for them to complete said New Year's resolution?
Sure, and that just adds to the whole anxiety and depression situations in life, and that helps boost the suicide rate up. Which is never a good thing, because we put these things on us that we think are gonna make us more valuable, more likable, more lovable in the eyes of our peers, and that's just not true.
Well, I mean, we talk about losing weight. Most of the time that we want to lose weight to achieve some semblance of what we think is a good-looking human being, right? I want to have a washboard stomach because I want to look like The Rock.
I have a washboard stomach. It's just insulated. That was good. I had to work. I just thought of that.
I was going to say it's surrounded by a lot of blankets.
Yeah, it is, but it's in there.
But I think, women have struggled with the same thing.
I am not talking about women in resolutions.
Well, no, I mean...
In their abs. Not talking that.
they see women on TV, they see women on the magazines and whatever, and they want to be that. And I feel like that might be, if we're coming at it from that angle, we're coming at it from the wrong angle. We're starting our resolution out with setting ourselves up for failure, and in the same way, if I am going at it as I want to lose weight because I want to be healthy for my family, my kids, my spouse, I want to live as long as I possibly can. That's a different angle, right?
Yep.
For that particular New Year's resolution. Mm-hmm. So why do we set ourselves up to fail?
Yeah, that's where we started this whole conversation. In our talks of getting ready for this is that's the question that I keep coming back to. Why do we set ourselves up to fail? And I wish we had an answer for it.
So what are some ways we set ourselves up to fail?
Well, I think we set ourselves up to fail because we want to be like our peers. We're trying to increase who we are, so we either can keep up with the Joneses, so to speak, or one up them.
Sure.
Right. So I think peers is one, and then just every day we want to feel good about ourselves. So fresh start, feel good. I think there's a deep desire, don't you think, in people? Maybe you have a deep desire in your own heart, your own mind to kick a habit, maybe start a habit. I think that's where a lot of resolutions come from. It's like, I may not want to kick something because I don't know. I hear people say, I'm not making resolutions. I'm just going to start fresh and move on, because there's a desire to still see change. Mm-hmm. So desire to start something new, start a new habit.
I would say that there's, from my viewpoint, there are three primary reasons why individuals who start New Year's resolutions are in that 10% of them keeping the resolution, why the other 90% don't. I would say number one, human beings have a strong inability to break habits. When we are habitually doing something that is not positive or not healthy, it is very difficult to break it. I mean, that's why addiction is so hard, whether you're addicted to gambling or pornography or drugs or alcohol, whatever. It is extremely hard to kick those addictions because your brain tells you need those things, right? Same thing with food. Like for me, it's hard. I've been on a diet now for almost 2 months. It is extremely difficult to change eating habits. It is hard to look at cookies and be like,
so you give them to me.
Have those.
Thanks.
My wife has got these chewy Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookies in the house, and every time I see that package, I just want to dip my hand into that package and start eating, and I know I can't. Which, I mean, so far, I've done that. Now, I started mine before New Year's. This is not a New Year's resolution. This is for health purposes. But I think, so inability to break habits is really a difficult thing for any of us. I think the second thing is we tend to, when we do these New Year's resolutions, is we focus on specific outcomes. Mm-hmm. I need to be 180 pounds with a washboard stomach. That's a lofty goal, especially if you're like me and you're 300 pounds. I mean, that's a long way to go. 120 pounds and a washboard stomach. That's not just losing weight. That's working out and getting your abs together. So setting reasonable goals is something that we don't tend to do with our New Year's resolutions. And the third thing, we have no purpose behind why we're doing it, or we have an invalid or an incorrect purpose for why we're doing said New Year's resolution. Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Do you have any to add?
Nope. I think it's good.
Okay.
I think we're just going to go in that nutshell, because I think we can go on and on and on about that. But honestly, I think if you're finding ways to find value in who you are, you got to go back to the Word of God. You can't, it's not in a New Year's resolution. It's not in January 1st. It's not the turning of the calendar. It's got to come back to who are we in Christ.
Yeah.
And that's honestly, if you're out here and you're watching today and you're really struggling over, man, I've already failed a New Year's resolution, forget the resolution. Find out who you are in Christ. And who you are in Christ is you're a child of the King, when you have given your life to the Lord. So from there, we have to start. And, it took me a long time to learn that.
Yeah, and when this is a bigger discussion than just New Year's resolutions. When we look at our culture and the struggles that people in our culture have, a lot of it comes back to our identity in Christ, our identity in who we are as people. You know, there's all kinds of different identities that are out there. People say, this is my identity, that's my identity. Ultimately, you're either a child of God or you're not. That's the identity that matters. Everything else can be washed away. I mean, Paul says it as, I think it's in, is it Ephesians? There's neither Jew nor Greek, Jew nor Gentile, slave nor free, man nor woman.
You're getting there, yeah.
Whatever. You know what I meant. Okay. But the point being, we're children of the King.
We
That's
are.
it. That's it.
And you know, there's no airbrushing that goes on with that.
Right.
Right. I mean,
Sure.
so like for our ladies, like even, I mean, pick an age, whatever lady, airbrushing's a thing, right? Whatever photo, whatever commercial, it's a reality. But with Christ, it's just forgiveness. There is no airbrushing. He's not making you look better than you really are. You really are who you are in Christ. And man, I've had to rely on that in my own life sometimes. So
Speaking of fake things,
okay.
have you seen the video?
Okay, so you're not talking to me personally? Okay.
No.
Whew, good.
So I've seen it. It was either on YouTube or Facebook Watch, something like that. And it's this video showing how they do the food commercials. Have
Yes.
you seen this?
Yes.
They're using like glue.
Yes.
And,
And
motor
paint
oil
and
for syrup.
water, yes.
I was like, no way. Like, that ruins it.
Yep.
And it's no wonder why I go to a restaurant and this is not what I saw on the commercial. This is looks like garbage.
Yeah. Ketchup, I think, was the motor oil.
Ugh.
I think. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay, sorry.
Totally.
Speaking of airbrushing and images.
Man.
So here's the final question then. How can we keep a New Year's resolution?
Yeah. How do you keep the resolution? Well,
If you're going to go down that road, how do you do it and be successful at it?
I think you have to keep your parameters open. I don't think you can put yourself in a box. You know, I think once we put ourselves in the box, like I'm going to go to the gym every day this year or Monday through Friday this year, and then you fail, you miss a week,
You feel like you're a failure. You
Yeah.
feel worthless because of it.
Exactly. Like you've messed up already. So
So
I think
set a realistic goal.
you have to be realistic in what you're setting, and then allow yourself forgiveness.
Right.
You have to forgive yourself for missing the goal. And man, I don't know. I think women struggle with that more than men. I think when men miss a goal, we just quit. We're done. You know. But women,
Maybe next year.
But women, you go and you hang on to that, and it just looms over you. And you try and you try and you try and you try, and from the time that you didn't succeed the first time, you're trying so hard, but you're behind, and you're never gonna get in front of it until you find who you are. So
Yeah, and I think that goes to the second thing that you would need to do. So you set realistic goals. You have to find purpose. Find the purpose of why you're doing it. I mean, again, going back to my example earlier, I'm a dad with 2 young girls, and I look at my body, I look at my health, and I was like, I'm sitting there in the doctor's office, and I had to make a decision. Am I going to just, take the drugs that they were giving me to help with my cholesterol and stuff and continue to live the life that I was living? Or am I going to make the choice to live better, live healthier for my kids' sake? Because I want to be around to play with my youngest daughter and watch my oldest daughter walk across that stage. I mean, I remember telling you, I thought I was going to have a heart attack when I was in the dentist office, and I'm 36 years old. Like, I had to make that choice. And so my purpose is not vanity. It's not because I want to look a certain way. It's because I want to be healthy for my kids. And I think when you have those deep, strong purposes for what you're doing, it'll get you through when you make a mistake. And you'll be able to forgive yourself because you know there's something bigger. There's a bigger purpose and calling as to why you're doing your New Year's resolution. What's the next one?
Well, I think just jumping on that real quick. You do have to forgive yourself, but can't just stress it enough. You got to have that purpose in there, and man, that's good. The other one's teamwork. I think when you and I were talking, it takes a team sometime. Not necessarily just accountability partner, but if you don't like to walk, find people to go walk with.
Yeah.
And you know what? If they go walking and you miss it, okay, go the next time. But you need to have a team. Some people work well with a team concept. I personally don't. And when I go work out, I don't really need anybody else there watching me sweat. So I'm more like the Lone Ranger dude. I'll go with some guys from time to time. Back when when I'm actually in a workout routine, which it's not a resolution, and I'm currently not. But I'll go with them. But yeah, you need a team. Some people need a team, and
I think having like-minded people around you,
you got to. Well, it's biblical
to encourage you, but also you kind of mentioned it, holding you accountable. If you say to this group, hey, my goal is to walk every day, or twice a week, or whatever the number is, when you don't show up for 3 or 4 times to walk, there's somebody who's going to call you and say, hey, what's going on?
right.
Who's going to keep you accountable to that because they understand your purpose. So, make sure if you're working with a group like that they understand why you're doing what you're doing, and how, if you have that purpose, don't keep that to yourself. Let people know that you have a purpose for why you're doing it. And that's again, going back to my personal example with my health. My wife has been able to hold me accountable to that because my wife knows why I'm doing it. And so, she's actually changed some of our eating habits as a family, how she cooks.
So she eats a pizza, gives you the salad?
Yeah, no, we haven't. We actually haven't been having pizza, which is amazing, but which was hard for my family because we eat lots of pizza. But no, she's changed our family eating habits in order to help me be successful, because it's healthy for her, it's healthy for our 2 kids, but she's holding me accountable to that and encouraging me in it. So it makes a big difference when you have people around you who are going to keep encouraging you in that. So.
Yeah, but also the flip side of that is it's kind of like fishing. See, I'm in this fishing mode, so this kind of goes. You get invited so many times to go fishing, and if you keep saying no or having the excuse not to go, those that have the boats, they stop asking. That's those of you who fish, you know what I'm saying.
That's why I never say no.
But the same thing with a team concept. You can have a team, but man, yeah, you're right. I slept in today, or I just don't feel like it. Something came up, had something to do with the kids, had to go to soccer practice, whatever. You do that 5, 6, 7, 8 times, and even your team is going to stop asking you, hey, how you doing? And then at the end of the year, when you're feeling all doom and gloom about your resolution, you're going to go back and go, well, nobody held me accountable, and it's always somebody else's fault. When reality is, no, it's your fault.
Well, and that goes to the idea of prioritization, right?
Yep.
You have to prioritize whatever that New Year's resolution is going to be for you, if you've made one or if you're going to make one. Make sure it has priority in your life. If you're gonna change something that's significant about your life, you better put some priority to it. Yep. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Right. And for those of you who are believers, if your New Year's resolution is something scriptural, like reading more of the Bible or going to church more, or maybe your church has only online church and you haven't been attending online church, or maybe your church has indoor church like ours and you're not attending online church either, you have to actually do it. It's I know it sounds simple, but you have to actually do it and make it a priority. There's no sports, there's no this, that, the other. You have to just do it. Mm-hmm. You're not going to change things if you don't change things.
Yeah, you got to move. Whenever there's a conversion, there's change. Whenever there's transformation, there's a change. You don't get one without the other. So, yeah. So, a lot of churches, so here, we always want to try to bring it back to how does Herm Naz deal with this? We don't, actually. This is one of these weeks where I'm sitting here and go like, yeah, man, we don't offer anything.
Well, and this is kind of a unique time period anyway.
Well, it is, but with COVID even set aside, there are churches that have exercise classes.
Sure.
For women, they have men's grunt hour. They go and they the guys from the church, they go work out. There's biking, like pedal biking, right? Groups in churches that go. There's trekkers, hikers that go out, for their weekly hike. I don't mean just a walk, but they're like hiking.
We got a guy in our church. I don't know if he's going to do it anymore because it was fall, but we did have a unicycler too.
Yeah. He's on a 3-wheeler now. Sorry, you know who you are though.
Love you.
But so we don't have those kinds of things as a church.
Sure.
And we can, but it's got to be, if it's your passion to do those kinds of things, can we encourage you to come to us as your staff and say, man, I really want to have this take place. If it's biking, hiking, I know a church that's got a swim team. It's not really a team, but it's a club, right? They go and they swim, and it's not the senior adult jazzercise stuff.
I actually know of a church.
Not that that's bad.
A church plant, a unique church plant in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. They literally are a CrossFit gym.
Yeah, CrossFit. Mm-hmm.
They have developed a church through CrossFit. It's called Restoration Wholeness of Life. They call it RWAL, and they focus on not just the body, although that is important to them, and that's what CrossFit's all about, is body. But they believe in wholeness of life. So it's all about your spiritual life and your emotional life, and that's their whole church. So it is possible, and it is a very good thing if a church, our church or any church for that matter, takes on wholeness of life and makes it a part. And that's why we have our fishing life group as just an example here.
Yep. And that's one thing that I, personally, I want to strive more as a church and go, okay, how can we achieve this? Because we've had groups in the past, at least the last few years. Hey, they want to come and they want to do this diet thing. They want to, and it hasn't worked. So why hasn't it worked? I think for some of the things that we've talked about today. But we need to offer that as a church. I guess I'm saying, because I don't know of any church in the community that's offering any kind of a whole health, wellness thing and a health thing. But if we want to, let's get on there. So if that's your passion, let us know, will you? That you can do some of that. But here's where I want to go with the word as we wrap this baby up. Going to the resolution side of things. If we're going to make a resolution, I got one resolution that anybody can do. Christian, non-Christian, churchgoer, non-churchgoer. If you will just commit to this, it'll change your life. So wherever you're at spiritually, in or not in a relationship with Christ, it'll change you. And it comes out of the Word. It comes out of Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2. It says, fix your eyes on Jesus, period. I mean, if you do just that much, fix your eyes on Jesus, it will revolutionize your life. It'll transform your heart. You will see things different. You'll feel different about yourself. And you know what? Give it a try. Just fix your eyes on Jesus. I could go on to a whole lot and tell you how to do that, but I'm not. It's something that you can grow into and dive into the Word and do that. But Hebrews chapter 12. So good.
Word.
All right, man.
Well, we didn't talk about what we're going to do next week.
Oh, we didn't.
So
should it be a surprise?
I guess it'll have to be. I don't think they want to see us just go back and forth on what we think. So
yeah,
we'll come up with something, and maybe there'll be a random Facebook post.
And we're not just coming up with it. We have a whole list of topics.
We do. We just don't know what they're off the top of our heads.
Yeah. So
we've already done aliens. So that one's off the board.
That is true. People still talk about that.
You know what? I was checking statistics on our Anchor.fm. Thank you to Anchor.fm for hosting our podcast. But I was actually looking on the statistics that has by way far and beyond been the most viewed and listened to podcast we've done.
Really?
Oh yeah.
We probably need to do part 2 of that because we could have done it better.
Yeah,
because that was one of the first.
Second.
Yeah, it was like
second or third.
Yeah, so
we're in
really.
This is episode.
You poor
11.
people, I tell you. This is 11.
This is 11.
Wow, almost to a dozen.
Yeah,
sweet.
Wait till we get to a baker's dozen.
Oh man, it'd be awesome.
3 weeks.
That's 13.
Yeah, I know.
See, I know what a baker's dozen is. You're on a diet.
You and I have had donuts.
I had a donut today actually.
They're not. We don't sponsor them, or they don't sponsor us. The Spot Donuts. If you don't know who they are and you live in Hermiston,
man.
You need to get connected with the Spot
true.
Donuts.
That is true.
Woo, the maple and bacon.
Maple and bacon, baby.
Oh.
That'll change your life and your waistline.
I was just gonna say it'll if you're trying to lose weight for your New Year's resolution, that is not something you want to do.
And your cholesterol and your blood pressure. It's awesome.
But it'll make you happy.
It's awesome. So those of you at that place that he just said, you're not our sponsor, but man, we like you a lot.
If you want to sponsor us, we would welcome it too.
Yeah.
Although again, I don't know that that's a good idea.
I have room. Just saying, I can do it. Hey, thanks for being with us and checking us out again. We will put our heads together for next week. So next week we're back at you. iTunes, Google Podcasts. I mean, we are everywhere. YouTube.
Find us if you haven't, and we look forward to having our next week with you.
Perfect.
Next Tuesday at 10.
See ya.